Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, very interesting topic, we'll be talking about the late success in the career life using Vedic astrology. So I will give you a very important tips how to check this. We will divide this whole lecture into the cognitive and learning skills and also the fortune. How these may show delay. We will also be talking about general delay or denial when it comes to the career life, and also denial or delay of the success in your general career life. So if you like the video, please click the thumbs up, and you'd like to be notified about similar videos in the future, please click that subscribe button with the bell notification on. So let's dive right into the video. In the beginning, we have to understand that there are three levels of chart analysis. We have the planet, Lord, and Charakaraka. So for the career life, it will be the planet Mercury, the Lord, 10th Lord, and the Charakaraka will be Amatya Karaka. This is the second planet in degrees. So the first planet, the planet with the highest degrees, it is Atma Karaka. It shows our soul's lessons. The second planet in degrees is Amatya Karaka. So this planet is very important when it comes to, for example, Sambandha, or the connection to important people in our lives. So Atma Karaka, if it has a relation to the 10th house, or Amatya Karaka, then the networking is very good. We have a really connection to very important people in our lives. Whilst for the success, what is important is the Sun and Atma Karaka. So we have to see the dispositor of these points and see there in the charts. Also, as general factor, we can see the Raja Yoga. So there are different types of Raja Yoga which you can learn in any type of Shastra like Sharavali, Brihat Jataka, Brihat Parashara, Hora Shastra. So Raja Yogas are the combination for success, and basically if you have this Raja Yoga in the chart, then it means that you will have some kind of success, authority, power, position, any kind of influence over objects or people. But if that Raja Yoga or this combination for success is in the house, which is in the late life, which is related to late life, or if the dasha of these planets is coming in the third part, so between 72 and 108, this also means that this will happen a little bit late. So I think that the important thing to differentiate is also between something is happening late in life, but it's not delayed, just happening late life. For example, if you are Gemini lagna, then the 9th Lord is loaded by Saturn and Rahu, which means that your fortune is really relieved after 35, which is Saturn age, or it can be 42, 43, which is the Rahu age. So then after that time, you are released from any kind of blockage. You are really free in that time. It's also interesting twist in the astrological planets, because for example, Venus is between 12 and 32, and this is when we should get, for example, kids, when we should get married. But also it depends which planet is influencing your 7th house or 7th Lord. So there is something like a natural thing when it's the best to do something, but there is also this karmic thing in your chart. So this is very nice, because astrology is showing that it's really never late. It's always on time. It may be late, but it's never late. It's always on time, depending on which planets are connected to various areas of life. So for example, if the planets related to your relationship or career life are showing in the late life, then it was meant to be that way. So the first part of delay which can happen is basically related to the lagna Lord and the 10th Lord. So the lagna is the beginning also. It's not only show your appearance, how you look, your intelligence, of course it's very important for that, but it also is showing general beginning. So there are two such houses in your chart, 1st and 5th, and they are very important, because if these houses are blocked, then basically you are stuck in life. If you have two malefics in those houses, like two malefics in 5th house, like Saturn, Rahu, or in the ascendant in lagna, then it means that your life can be stuck, especially if it's in the 5th house. It may have to do with your visualization. So basically it shows that you don't see the future. You cannot see the future because of that malefics, and therefore it can also block your development in the career life. So lagna or the ascendant is also very important for general starting your career life. If you have bad lagna, then also your career life may be stuck. The ascendant lord, if it's afflicted, if it's joined to malefics, or it's somehow weak or having some challenge, if general there is some problem to lagna lord, then it always involves some kind of cognitive skills problem. It may be ADHD or any type of such cognitive and executive skills challenges. So basically we can say that if the lagna lord has such problems, then the person has some challenges when it comes to cognitive learning, cognitive skills, executive skills, and maybe also related to the feeling of self-efficacy, because it's also related to a lagna lord and the sun. So if the sun and lagna lord in the chart are weak, then the self-efficacy may be also a little bit low. And we know from the psychological research that the self-efficacy is very important when it comes to depression and anxiety. If the self-efficacy, basically it means that in your locus of control is you, so you are controlling the things. If people think that what happened in life is more controlled by the external factors and it's more fixed, then basically these people, according to the research, are more prone to anxieties, depression and such things. So it's also the self-efficacy, the lagna lord and sun are very important. Okay, so now when we are talking about the external factors, important are the 9th house, Jupiter and the navamsha, because that will show the bhagya, which is the fortune. So these are all the things which we cannot control. So for example, if the 9th house is loaded by Mars, then it means that our fortune is developing, or we are truly free after a year of Mars, which is 27-28. If it's the sun, if the sun is the 9th lord, for example, if we are Sagittarius lagna, then the Leo will be the 9th house, the sun will be the 9th lord. Then it means that we are free very early, because the sun years are 21-22. So using the Naksatra age, which is the natural age of the planet, and the lordship of the 9th house, we can understand when we are really can expect the fortune to shine in our life. So we could reduce the whole topic to the Raja Yoga. Where is the Raja Yoga? If the Raja Yoga, the combination for success, is in the house which shows the late life, then the success will come late. If the dasha, if we in our chart, if we started the dasha in such a way that the Raja Yoga planets are, the dashas of these planets are at the end of this life. So for example, the planets which is giving us success is Jupiter, or let's say Rahu, and the Jupiter and Rahu shows around 60 in our life, then this success will come at that age. Similarly, we can use also different dashas like Mula Dasha, Naisargika Dasha, or the Narayana Dasha. When we talk about career life delay or denial, it's very important to see these 3 points which we mentioned in the beginning, which is 10th Lord, Mercury and Amatya Karaka. And we have to see them from Atmakaraka. So Atmakaraka is the planet with the highest degree. For example, in my chart is Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 5th house. So I have to see now these Mercury, 10 Lord and Amatya Karaka. If they are badly placed from the Atmakaraka, this may delay or even deny the career life development. And basically what we are looking for here is the 2 type of houses from Atmakaraka. One is Marana Karakastana, and second is bad Pachakadi Sambandha. So this is a little bit more to this, but Marana Karakastana, we know that for Sun it's 12, for Moon it's 8, for Mars it's 7, for Mercury it's 4 and 7, for Jupiter is 3rd house, for Venus it's 6th house, for Saturn is the 1st house, for Rahu is 9th, and for Ketu is the 4th house. So these are the Marana Karaka positions. So for example, if your Atma Karaka is Jupiter, you have to see all the planets in the 3rd house from Jupiter, because these planets can be blocked by your Atma Karaka. So that means basically that on your soul level, there are some things which are not very, your soul doesn't have access to experience various things in your life. So it's very important because it's on very deep level. And also it works in reverse, that if your Atma Karaka is joined these points, like for example Amatya Karaka or Mercury, then it's very good, because it means that you have really a soul connection to your career life. So for example, if your Moon is Atma Karaka, then you have to see 8 from Moon, right? If your Mars is Atma Karaka, you have to see 7 from Mars. So for example, you have Mercury and Amatya Karaka in the 7th from Mars, or a 10th Lord is in that position, then your career life may be delayed or denied. So when we are talking about Raja Yoga now, then it's important to understand that Sun starts all Raja Yoga and Moon sustains it. So if the Moon Nakshatra Lord is badly placed, then it means that even if you will have some success, then it will not be sustained. The Jupiter and Mercury are also very important when it comes to skill and abilities and recognition, and Mercury basically is the learner, is the student. So if the Mercury is afflicted, the person may have problem with studies, and the Jupiter basically shows general abilities. And if Jupiter is well placed, and all the planets connected to the Jupiter will show the abilities and wealth you may have access to, and from which you can really absorb. So you can absorb the things from the external world and transform it into the resources, into your wealth. We have also now question from Instagram when it comes to this topic. So one question was how we can judge this from position of Arudha lagna, especially the first, second and seventh from the Arudha lagna. So this is also a very good question, because that's true. If you have malefics in the second or seventh from Arudha lagna, then these planets will really block your development. Especially the planets in seventh from Arudha lagna are showing people who are staying in the door. So this can be your opposition. This can be people who can block your career life development. So you can also take those planets and see how they are placed in the chart and try to assign the people in your life to these planets. Then you can understand and you can navigate through such situations. We have also the question about Saturn, and the Saturn, if it's in lagna, if it's in ascendant, this is Marana Karakastana. So usually this is not good. It may show, Saturn in first or fourth may show challenges in the childhood, which may bring some, later on can bring some little bit coldness and problems with trust, especially in the fourth house. Also Saturn fourth house can mean that the person can be expelled from home in the very extreme situation, like a Sri Ram avatar. And if Saturn is in lagna, this is the Marana Karakastana position, so the planet feels like dying, so it's not very good for its lordship. Now, depending on ascendant, if the Saturn will lord the 10th house, it may mean that the career life is dying, or a boss, or someone in the career life. For people, it's especially the 5th lord. So if a 5th lord is Marana Karakastana, then the people whom you are working with, they may not have a lot of energy, they may be like dying, we could say. So if Saturn is 7th lord, for example, for Cancer lagna, this may show that the problem is with relationship. But Saturn in Cancer is the exception, and Saturn in Cancer basically will show the political influence. So if Saturn is in 1st or 10th and it's in Cancer, then it will show the career life development. And one question was also about the Dashamsa, how we can see that in the Shamsa. So in the Dashamsa, it's very important to see Lagna Lord and the 10th Lord from Rasi in the Dashamsa. These two planets are very important. If they are badly placed, they may block the career life. So the 10th Lord or the 6th Lord in the Shamsa, they are more showing just the company, and the 6th Lord may show basically the how you are working, so the service itself, the work itself, we could say, and also your servants and the staff is in 6th house. And debilitated planets in the Shamsa are very good. They may show a lot of wealth and success. So this is the exception. If the debilitated planets are in the Dashamsa, then if you are doing jobs related to them, and they of course also, if in Rasi and Navamsha they promote that you can work in such situation, so they will bring a lot of success and wealth. So the debilitated planets are very good in the Dashamsa. Of course, very important thing to make it very positive is that every yoga in the chart can be remedied. For example, if your moon nakshatra lord is in the 8th house, let's say it's a moon, it means that the success may be only short lasted. So if a moon is in 8, this is Marana Karakastana, and the remedy for that is Saturn Pratyadi Devata, which is the Narayan. So for example, we can use then, or we can prescribe 8-syllable mantra for Narayan, like Narayana Ashtakshari Om Namo Narayanaya. So if we will do Om Namo Narayanaya with such position, then we are ensuring or correcting that karma, and our success is long lasted. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you find it interesting and informative. If you do, please click the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.